I've watched all the challenges, tried them for myself, learned to get better. Now can this noob steal the show? Welcome to Noob versus Meta. Hello everyone, I am Gimmick Quattro and welcome back to my channel. And in today's video, that was not right. We will be taking a look at spell rulers. A set which was originally known as Magic Ruler, but with a dispute between Magic the Gathering and Wizards of the Coast. Or who was it? Anyway, there's a dispute about it because of Magic the Gathering, and so it got changed to Spell. In the set was the first introduction of ritual monsters. Take a look at the cards in the set. Last episode, I started running a water deck. So I want to start looking at more cards that are based around, fish, sea serpent, aqua, stuff like that to work with Umi. And then eventually, he'll have cards to work with, like a legendary ocean. So, Blue Eyes Toon Dragon is a card. I really don't want it. I don't need it unless I'm planning on playing Toons, but that seems like it's too much work. So, as much to be nice just to say that I have it, it's really not important. Penguin Knight, not great. I don't think I have any need for it in my own deck. Axis Spare would be a great card. Just have a buff increase when trying to do attacks and stuff like that. Black Pendant's a pretty good card to have. The extra attack boost is always nice. Plus 500 burn damage could get me out of tricky situations. And there's a few other good spell cards here. Spellbinding Circle would be a huge card to get. Just the ability to stop an opponent's monster dead in its tracks is really nice. Metal Fish, not any good right now. It'll come up later when I have a card like a Legendary Ocean, in which it lowers the level of a monster, make it a little bit more playable. Electric Snake is okay. I don't really see my opponent discarding my hand too often, so it's kind of hard to say. Peacock's not very good because it's a level 5. Mahavilo is a great card. If I could pull at least 2 of these, then I could play an equip card type of deck and just try to get him out as fast as I can. Guardian of the Throne is just good because it's a 1650 level 4. Firekraken's just a 1600. Oh, see, it's an Aqua. It's an Aqua 1600, so with Umi it'll be 1800, which isn't bad. Looking down here, not much else really to talk about thus far. A Giant Turtle Feeds of Flames is an okay defensive wall. It would go up to 2000, but when I have cards that automatically do that in the first place, it's overlooked. High Tide Goijin, that'll be a huge card for me to pull a play set of. Because that's an 1850 with Umi out in the field, and it's a 1650 alone as a level 4. That can help me kind of weed out some cards that I already have in my deck that are a lower attack. If there's a deck, so I've been going through, I was looking at my cards and kind of organize them out, figuring out what I had. And as time goes on, if I see a better deck pop up than Fish Beatdown, then I will switch over to that deck as time goes on. But currently, Fish Beatdown seems to be the best thing that I have at hand. If you guys see a deck that is better, then I will play that deck as well. Or at least I'll give it a shot. Relinquished is a good ultra card to get. If I can get a Black Illusion Ritual, it would be just kind of like one of those cards that's just not bad to have. Red Archery Girl, again, it's just a good level 4 Aqua target. as long as I don't have something that's better. Upstart Goblin would be an amazing card to get. It's basically just it's a 1-for-1, and that's really it at the end of the day. Which is huge. Snatch Steal is an incredibly powerful card, which I could take full advantage of since I'm not having any banned cards. Confiscation is another one of those, and Delinquent Duo. In this game, the ability just to shut down my opponent's hand in any way, shape, and form is really good. Definitely if I go up against that are much better than my deck, being able to rip out resources that they can't use or harder time getting to is something I desperately need. Rush Recklessly is just a nice little kind of quick play boost to kind of get out of tricky situations. Forceful Sentry, again, is just another one of those way to get cards on my opponent's hand. Mystical Space Typhoon, Giant Tornado, and Painful Choice. Painful Choice I don't think it's going to come up very often right now, but later down the road it will. Mystical Space Typhoon is just a great long-term removal, just very basic. And Giant Tornado, again, is another one of those just kind of get me out of tricky situation type cards. Really seeing nothing else major here. Megamorph, possibly. I don't know if any of these like rituals. I guess like Turtle Oath plus and Crab Turtle wouldn't be bad for me to get at least like 1 or 2 copies of. Because I'm running a lower leveled deck, if I could quickly somehow get into them, then that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. That's just 2750 with Umi on the field, which is a really nice body to have in most situations. A few other tunes, Tune Worlds, Cyberjar. Ooh, Cyberjar would be a fun card to get into. Giant Rat for eventually, I guess. Being able to tutor something out of my deck. Send you the Thousand Hands if I did want to play a ritual-based deck later on. Again, like things like UFO Turtle and stuff like that is just if I want to kind of get to that point of tutoring things in that area, it'd be nice to have. Giant Germ or Nimble would be huge. Either if I get a playset of both, being able to heal and burn my opponent will keep me in the games much longer. But that's a lot of cards to put in, and it would actually distract me from my initial deck building strategy. So I'd have to probably build a different deck around it. Mother Grizzly is kind of one of the ones that I desperately want. At least even a copy would be huge. Being able to replace her with any card in my deck that can kind of help me get out of a situation would be nice, or any monster that can get me out of a situation is pretty nice. Getting multiple can just kind of deck then. Sonic Bird again is just for ritual support. Mystic Tomato, just good long-term card. Umirika is something I would definitely consider playing. Maybe one copy if I get it. So like 2 copies of Umi, 1 copy of this, just because it helps all water monsters, not just specifically aqua, sea serpent, or fish. And a Messenger of Peace is really the next kind of floodgate. That's good. So I kind of spent a fair bit of time looking through this. We kind of have a rough idea of what we want to get. So let's actually get into the pack opening portion of this. While I'm setting this up, you guys might notice that my background is a bit different than normal. It's because I'm actually at my job. For those of you who may or may not know this information, I've talked about it before in other videos on this channel and I think on other channels that I have. I also have a Pokemon channel for those of you guys who don't know, so Sinnoh Nation. I do custodial work at a church. So it's late on Saturday night, and that's what I'm doing right now. It's actually 10:09. And so I just took a quick break to do a recording, since I know with me starting off as a new channel, it's not going to be, I'm not going to have a lot to start, comments and stuff like that. So it's my best case scenario. The best thing that I can do for myself is to keep getting with episodes, keep recording them so I can push them out on time for the YouTube algorithm. So enough about that. Let's look at this starting pack here. High Tide is actually huge. I'm really glad I pulled a copy of this. This is just a nice burn card. Hane. It's, yeah, not much else to say about him. Here, ooh, super rare being Toon World. Not great when it could have been anything else that wasn't this. I'm not gonna play Toons, at least not for a long time until I get much better support. So I don't think it's really worth it. But getting a second copy of High Tide in the second pack is really huge. If I could pull a third in the next pack, that would just be best case scenario. That'd be huge. But at this rate, it pretty much shows that I can definitely get all of them. Nothing super noticeable here. For now, that is. Okay. I shouldn't have just looked over the fact that, yes, I got the Toon Blue Eyes White Dragon, which within itself, that's a pretty big pull to get. Wow. And the high rarity cards just keep on coming. Getting yourself a giant Trunade. That's massive. Massive, there. Pull, massive pull. Thank you. I know how to talk. Not really much to talk about here. I guess Trial of Nightmare isn't bad if I want to go for more of like a dark fiend area at some point in time. Were a lot of cards just reprinted early on? Were like new cards not made? Because Hinatoma looks was from the first set. Friends Panda, I believe, was from the first set. Yeah, some of these cards are interesting. But another High Tide. That's now 3 High Tides. I got my got a complete set there. I don't need the burger. Hane. Getting a second copy of that is pretty nice. Or actually, I think that's now its third. Third copy. Another Toon Worlds. I don't need another Toon Worlds. But maybe this is a sign. Maybe I should be playing Toons for whatever reason. Shining Angel's good. Turtle Oath is not bad. I just have to get the Crab Turtle now. Might make it worth my time. A second copy of Hey Trunade. Or I meant Giant Trunade. A second copy of Giant Trunade. That's a huge, huge pickup. Umaruka is a nice pickup here too. I hope I'm probably not pronouncing that right, but you guys know what I'm trying to say. Sonic Bird is pretty good if I want to kind of go down the old route of rituals. And there we go. I pulled a one copy of Crab Turtle, and I pulled a copy of Serpent Night Dragon. For those guys who don't know, I actually own a copy of Serpent Night Dragon as a not a first edition, just a limited edition or unlimited, whatever it is. Yep, I pulled that not terribly long ago. There's actually a video on my channel that shows me pulling it. You should guys go check that out. I'll probably pin it up top if you want to see that. Cyberjar. Wow, this is actually a really, really good box opening. And we're only 13 packs in here. Wow. I really cannot complain about any of this. Nimumunga is a nice grab. I would like at least 2 or 3 more of those, though, or 1 or 2 more of those if I really want to use it. Second Sonic Bird. Guardian here. Guardian of the Throne Room is nice to get. Horn isn't bad. Another Trial I can use. Really not a bad pack. Second copy of Shining Angel is a big pickup. Nothing really much to talk about here. What is this? Senju of the Thousand Arms, I believe he grabs. He grabs one of the pieces. I think he grabs the actual ritual monster. So again, that's just a nice little. I could do a ritual spam. I got a second crab turtle now, and I have a fourth copy of High Tide, even though I don't need them. So that's kind of a drag. Uh, Not much to say here. Oh, my third copy of Shining Angel. That really could have been Mother Grizzly. That would have been so much better for me, but I'm not really going to complain. An ultra rare Toon Summon Skull. Wow. Isn't that quite the pickup? I might just have to switch everything off and go straight to Toons. Because I know I got at least 2 copies of Toon Mermaid. Upstart Goblin. I think that's the only one I've got. If I got another one, then I totally missed it, but I'm really glad I got that. That's definitely going into the deck. Second copy, I think, of this, which is nice to get. A fourth copy of Shining Angel that I don't need, but thanks. Giant Rat, and a super rare Banisher of the Light. My high rarity hollow pulls have been phenomenal. I mean, one Blue Eyes Toon Dragon, one Toon Summon Skull, one Banisher of the Light, 2 copies of Toon Worlds, 2 copies of Giant Trunade. Like, that just seems mental to me. And a second copy of Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. It's a $92 card, which means nothing to me since I don't. Actually, I do own a copy of Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. I'm pretty sure the copy I own, though, is from a World Legacy pack. Like, remember when those boxes came out? There was Yugi's World. It was like Yugi's World and Joey's World. There might have been another one, maybe. But I think it came in one of those. So it's not worth that much. It's also damaged, but I do own them. So wow, that's a massive, massive pickup here. Ah, stop it. Thank you. Sorry, I grabbed the bottom of my. Oh, I didn't even realize it was the last pack. So, wow. I mean, that is just amazing. I'm probably going to end up putting a list up on the screen um in between transitions of this and the deck just to show you everything that I pulled, or maybe up on the side here while I'm talking. Just to show you like all like the high rarity cards that I pulled and how many I actually missed out on from the set, because I grabbed a lot of them, which is just crazy to me. I mean, which ones did I miss out on? Way too much about this. I'll probably end up cutting this clip out. But enough of that being said, I will see you guys at the deck building screen. Hello everyone, I'm back. And actually, if you can notice, it's a different day. So, originally on Saturday, I started recording the episode. I did the pack opening and a big long explanation, whatever else. And then when I went to go actually finish up and do the deck building portion, the site I used was not working and I could not figure out what it was or what the issue was. I logged out, logged back in, refreshed it, did a bunch of different things. It just wasn't working. So I just let it be. I checked at like 4 o'clock that night and realized that it was working then. So I decided to leave it alone. I was going to get to it now. So this was like Sunday morning at like 4, or Saturday night, however you want to view it. So I'm like, all right, you know what? I'll record the rest of it tonight. And here I am. It's now what? 10 o'clock at night? 9:57, basically 10 o'clock, and I just got out of the shower. But with all that crap out of the way, we're back! And this is the deck. Oh, this is the deck. As you can tell, not a whole lot has actually changed in the way of the base idea. Some cards have definitely changed, but we'll get to that. So, Still rocking the 2 copies of 7 Colored Fish. Now we have 3 copies of High Tide, 3 copies of Fire Kraken. Still have 2 copies of Hyosube. We still have 2 copies of Water Omnitix. We still have 1 copy of... Wait a minute. I actually have a better card than that. I know I've got a better card, but I just can't think of what it is off the top of my head. So for now, I've got him, but he's gonna definitely get replaced next episode if I can't think of the card now. Then I got 2 copies of Aqua Medor. Still, 3 copies of Jellyfish, 1 copy of Mystical Elf, 1 copy of Spirit of the Harp, 1 copy of Giant Soldier, 1 copy of Witch of the Black Forest, 1 Cyber Jar, and 1 Maneater Bug. Then for the spells, I'm rocking with 1 Raigeki, 1 Polymerization, 1 Giant Trunade, 1 Hinatoma, 1 Tremendous Fire, 1 Pot of Greed, 1 Fissure, 1 Upstart Goblin, 1 Final Flame, 1 Monster Reborn, 2 Power of Kaishen, 2 Umi, 1 Umi Ruka, and 1 Solemn Judgment. The extra deck is the same, except for the fact now that I have a Nightmare Phoenix, but the side deck is different. The side deck now has 3 Thunder Dragons, which stay the same, a Senju of the Thousand Hands, Sonic Bird, Hane, Crab Turtle at 2, Soul Release, Giant Trunade, a second Hinatoma, 2 Turtle Oath, and 1 Rush Recklessly. So, originally I had like a zombie dinosaur thing in the extra deck. I decided to get rid of all of that and actually end up putting cards so I can go into a ritual build. And if I'm gonna go into a ritual build, then I'm gonna take out the Tangyu. Probably gonna take out like these 4 cards for Senju, Sonic, and then these 2. And then I'll take out like Hinotoma in like Final Flame or something like that, or one of the Kaiser powers for the Turtle Oath. So let's save it and let's get to the game. So I did the luxuries of already presetting it. We're still going up against Rainbow because that's the deck we cannot get past. And let's get into this. Nope. Sorry, I was testing out something. So progression. Here we are. And let's start. And start. Okay. Oh, I have no volume. There, now I have volume. This is actually not a bad starting hand. I will simply play Umi. I will play Hinotoma. I will now give my opponent 1,000 life points. Then I will play a copy of 7 Colored Fish. And pass turn. Not a bad start, I feel like. It's probably not like really any genuinely great starts that my deck can do. But if we're looking at base, like minimal, I don't think that's a really bad start. So I'm going to set Mystic Elf, and I know what's going to be down is like a lot of Mirror Forces. So yeah, Burning Mirror Force. I will take that damage gladly. So yeah. In between the recording of PAX and this episode, I decided that I didn't like some of the rules that I had set in place. That being, if I lost, then I can open up 3 packs of anything. And the problem with that being that I found was when I was watching the progression playoff series that MBT does, and I was hearing I think that's what I was watching. Yeah, I was watching that, and basically, I want to take more advantage of using the older cards than just trying to run off and get, you know, these crazy new good cards. Cyberjar is probably going to be really huge here if I draw into some good stuff. I can really reset my opponent. So I'm going to change the rule. I'm not going to allow myself to do 3 of any pack. What I will do is allow myself either 3 packs of any set previous to the one that I opened, or I will do 5 packs still of the set that I just recently opened. So that means I could go back to like LOB and open up 3 packs. I could do 1 from each, you know, something like that. I think that's just a little bit more where I want to be with all of this. I don't think I actually have a clear-cut way of winning except for just defensively and hoping my opponent decks out right now. So yeah, that's kind of what my plan is. Wow, that's not fun. I think that'll like let me kind of stay more into the set and into the area that the generation that I am. As much as yes, it would be nice for me to go off and get all these like really powerful cards and stuff. At the same time, it kind of like, oh, oh crap, I did a single duel. I meant to do a match. Looks like you guys are getting a bonus duel in today's episode. Because I made a mistake, and I also made a mistake there, I think. But that's fine. So, yeah, but as I was saying, as much as I do want to go off and get all these really crazy, cool, powerful cards and stuff like that, it feels like it's too much of a... It's not as fun, and then it just turns into, oh, I got the most powerful cards, or I'm just going to hunt down the most powerful cards and kind of ignore everything else. And I don't want that to be the case. Sure. So, and whether or not, you know, people agree with this, that's fine. That can be up for discussion in the comments. I am always more than welcome to have talks about this. The reason why I went with him is because of Bottomless. So, but that's just my feelings on the matter. I know it'll put me at a greater disadvantage, I think, unless I get some really broken cards or an incredibly powerful strategy. And Cowboy for game. Well, I am not doing so well. Oh, I should have switched out. That's okay. If I win, I'll switch out. And I'll put in some of the rituals. Give those a shot. So, yeah. But I think, but it'll be hard for me to win unless I have a seal-tight strategy, which might not even work. Or unless I get, like, incredibly powerful cards to completely blow out the game. But that's just kind of where I'm at. And I feel things should get done. Yeah. Other than that, you know, I've been really enjoying the series and just trying to learning how to go along and do it. And I hope you guys have been too. If you have, you know, I would really like to know down in the comments. It'd be, you know, yeah, if you guys have been enjoying the series so far, that's something that, as a content creator and an upcoming content creator, something that I really want to know. So I know what to do better, what not to do better. Plus, the algorithm is something that I'm always trying to go after. It's probably one of the most important things to go after. That's okay. Interesting. Now, this might be a fairly risky play, but that's not even enough attack power that I thought I was going to have. I miscalculated that out greatly. Oh well. It's still more attack, and that's what's important here. Okay. So yeah, this is kind of just where I'm at right now. Obviously, I need to learn new things. I'm not going to know everything right off the bat. So I'm at this point in time in which I'm still learning as much new stuff as I possibly can. And hoping that I'm getting better each and every episode. Well, and that's GG. I lost, but I did get to summon Nightmare Phoenix. I will be keeping the cards that I did previously get. So Nightmare Phoenix, Called by the Grave, I will be and all those cards I'll be keeping. Just from here on out. I've also considered implementing a spinner, like a wheel, and seeing maybe putting a couple of different options on there, and doing that. If that's something that you guys would be interested, that'd be I'm obviously up for that as well. But right now I'm just trying to figure out the most easily balanced thing that I can do. One that'll help me out as in such a difficult situation, so I'm not going up against another player, but also something that's going to keep it entertaining and it's not going to go completely derailed. So yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. It does mean a lot. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and comment down below. And I will hope to see all of you guys again in the next episode. Peace.